Just when you think Democrats are out of amazing ideas, New York City Mayor Eric Adams wants to use illegal immigrants as lifeguards to protect your kids. Let's watch this and talk about it.
Let me just take your imagination for a moment. If we had a migrant and asylum seeker plan that states those jobs that we are in high demand, we could expedite. How do we have a large body of people that are in our city and country that are excellent swimmers, and at the same time we need lifeguards? And the only obstacle is that we won't give them the right to work to become a lifeguard. We have all these eligible people waiting to work with the skills we need to fill the jobs, but we're unable to allow them to work because bureaucracy is in the way.
Tommy, is there any way to interpret that doesn't explicitly fit into a racist stereotype?
I mean, if a Republican said this, I can only imagine the uproar. But there's a lot more to this than just, to me, what seems to be kind of a racist statement. Let's think about this. You've got illegal immigrants who didn't respect your country enough to come the right way. But now you want to make them lifeguards to watch over your beaches and your children. Okay, I have a problem with that. We don't know really necessarily who these people are. They say that they're eligible. Who is Mayor Adams to decide that they're eligible or not?
Right.
They're illegal immigrants. And beyond that, it just goes back to the core thing of, oh, you want to give them work authorization so that you can give them a right to vote. I mean, could they veil it any thinner? No, I don't think so.
Jason, Tommy hit right on it. What I wanted to come to you for is, we have Bill Malugin down at the border all the time talking about how they're trained to say they're seeking asylum. Doesn't this kind of just paint the brush back the other way? They're here to get a job, obviously.
Yeah, exactly. Mayor Adams said that bureaucracy is in the way. Well, why did they put a fence in the way for them even coming to the country for the first time? And how hard is it to recruit people to be a lifeguard? And why don't you go and look at all those people that are on the welfare benefits and everything else? You know what? When you have an open, eligible job, now there are people with physical impediments, people that have mental incapacities. I understand and respect that. But for all these other people you have open jobs, why are you giving benefits until you have those jobs filled? I don't get it.
There's three things worth mentioning from this genius mayor, Eric Adams. Number one, Democrats use racism as a weapon, but they don't really care about racist stereotypes. To imply that people that cross the border can swim because they had to swim across the Rio Grande, that is super racist according to Democratic standards. Yet here Eric Adams is in the middle of a press conference and is like, hey, they swam across the river. They must be good enough to be lifeguards to guard our children. And number two, as Tommy Lauren had stated, this is just an excuse to get these illegal immigrants to work so they can vote and establish one-party rule and not have Republicans win ever again. And number three, this just shows the destruction of the American job when you have people that are willing to have 8 people living in one house. They're going to be able to work for way cheaper, and they're willing to do that. And they're not here for asylum. They're not here for political violence, the vast majority of them anyways. They're here for economics, and the rich corporations are totally okay with it because they're going to get super wealthy. It's going to force American salaries down lower and keep everybody else poor, destroying the middle class. So this brilliant mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, he thinks we don't know what he's up to, but this is all about their plan for control, power, and wealth. Hey, if you enjoyed this update, hit the subscribe button. I'm David with Americans for Limited Government. We'll be back with more soon.